Hi guys, welcome back to another quick card pull. Today we're pulling from the Wild Unknown Tarot cards. So we're going to start off with this is the Eight of Wands, and I feel like I know this is something coming out of the blue, but they're saying lightning strikes and it's like something coming out in 3 weeks time. But I feel like this is more in the sense of, I feel like on a darker, I guess because the full moon's in Aquarius, it's very emotional. So things are coming up. That's where I feel like it's like, I feel like things changing, for the better, which is great, especially if things have been going around in your surroundings and stuff like that. Something coming out of the blue, 3 weeks time. I don't have a calendar in front of me, so around August 15th. That's around the new moon, and it is a lunar moon on the 12th, I think it is. But I was doing a private reading, and these dates were coming up, so I was like, I knew that there was a solar or lunar eclipse coming up, and I'm like, you know what I mean? You feel the shift, 8/8 portals coming up, and I feel like that's what's really going to ignite this new era. Like, I definitely felt like we're in it, but like Eye of Wisdom pointed out, like this purge had to happen. Change had to happen. You know what I mean? Strike while the iron is hot. So there may be something that you're trying to start, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like bringing that in, especially when you're passionate and everything. Like I feel like if you push things off too much, certain projects you want to start, it's like you lose the momentum, or you push it off too much. Like, especially if you've been busy this summer and it's just like, your body goes into recovery mode, like recuperation, recharging and everything like that, where it's like you lose momentum. You don't want to do it. You lose focus is what they're saying. Beautiful thing here is that there is a brand new beginning here. So they're showing the pentacle in the middle of here, and it's like counting the years of a tree. Like that's how you count it, is by like cutting it open. Which, who wants to cut open a beautiful tree? You know what I mean? I understand that there's uses for things, but you know what I mean? There's also, we're not going to get into all that. But anyway, Ace of Pentacles, brand new beginning. This is being offered by the universe. And I feel like it's like sometimes we feel like our petitions aren't heard, our prayers aren't heard because of the unknown, the uncertainty, and it's like a frustration, and it's like, how can we change this? How can we change this energy, change this situation, And one thing we can do is asking for that guidance. Please guide me to where I need to be. Please, with myself, I'm impatient. Please grant me the patience, grant me the wisdom, grant me the knowledge, grant me the skills. Like what can I do? And sometimes it's things that we overlook that are so simple. It's just at that moment, sometimes what they need is your time, energy, and love. You know what I mean? It's like simple things. And we overlook those things because we're so used to like pouring so much of ourselves into situations where it's like, you feel like you can like fix it in some sort of way. And that's the frustrating thing, is that we're not sure how to. And I feel like it's like, follow your heart. Like what the Wild Heart was saying, like, when they were showing that crisscross applesauce from this deck last week, where it's just like, you're like, how the hell do we get through this? There's no way through. But the universe knows how to get through it. Yahweh, Yeshua, divine creator, Gaia, Mother Earth, your higher self. It's like, just because you see that tanglement, or that, you know what I mean? It's like, it looks like it's impossible to break through this. It is possible. You know what I mean? Like, you even forging forward, and it's like, it looks like it's so well structured that you can't break through it, and it's like it crumbles. But it doesn't look like that. It's like it's an illusion. It's like it's intimidating. It's an intimidating illusion. It's making you feel like you can't do this, and you can. It'll crumble. You just push through it, that barrier. This is what I'm talking about, shadow side. There's a tower moment. There's a shadow side trying to work its way in here. Because, unfortunately, I don't even want to know. I don't want to even fathom. No harm to not including myself. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, why do you do these things? Why do you have to behave that way? You know what I mean? It's like the hooves are highlighted here. So it's like, what they're showing me is the Four of Wands. So it's like that Four of Wands energy is what they're trying to get rid of. How dare you be happy? How dare you be structured? How dare you have dreams and aspirations? You know what I mean? And it's just like, and it's like you're extinguishing that. You know what I mean? It's like you don't even need much to extinguish it. You just keep forging forward. You know what I mean? It's like they say, it's like that gets louder because they're trying to prevent something from happening. and you just keep on believing in your passions and your dreams and everything, and it's you will get to the other side of this. So this is what I mean. Difficulty is sending this mountain because the unknown, the information, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, how can I like utilize me to help to fix this situation? Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. This could be, my sister's birthday was yesterday. My nephew's birthday's next month. It's like there's celebrations here. Like 88 portal is what they're showing. Lionsgate portal. There's things to still celebrate. You know what I mean? My father-in-law's birthday. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like sometimes, and I use this when, because I did go through that situation alone, which I'm thankful for because it's like I don't have to redo it. But it's like I would sit there and it's like naming everything I was grateful for. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are like, oh, why are you saying that? Like it's da 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 da. And it's like, you know what? That's what got me through. Meditation daily helped me a lot. Working out, it's just like I could relate to this situation in a lot of ways where it's like that heaviness. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's like, how can I help this person get through this situation? And it's just like they were saying, like, it looks like it's impossible, but it's not. Because they're showing actually 3 hooves on fire here. You don't see the 4th one. I know it's tucked away there somewhere. But I definitely felt like it was like a 4 of wand energy. Like they're trying to prevent something here. And it's like, you will get through this. Even though it doesn't seem that way, it's like every day, it's like every day that you're moving in a positive direction is a direct, moving in the correct way, And I feel like, again, it's like just because you can't see it, it's fathomable, it's attainable, it's touchable. Positive confirmation is leading to the sun. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's like, even just like, that's why I love doing quick card pulls, because sometimes it's like the information I need, it's like it literally comes out my mouth and I'm like, there you go. That's what I needed. Those are the answers I needed. So you don't underestimate, like, if you feel like, even Trisha Paytas said this, like, even if like, how many times has she been canceled? And she's just like, keep posting. You know what I mean? Because there's a reason. It's cathartic. Like, getting it out, talking about situations leads to the sun. This is positive confirmation. You are going to the right path. You're doing the right things. Sometimes, like they're saying, it falls on deaf ears because I've already been doing this, but I guess I got to keep repeating myself. You know what I mean? I got to keep building those building blocks and those tools. Like what helped me get through my situation. They may not see it now, but maybe they'll start implementing it, or someone else will say it and they'll be like, oh, that makes sense. Even though they've already heard it. Like my kids are always like that. I could tell them the same thing 100 times different ways. And someone from the outside said, oh my God, that's so genius. And I'm like, what the hell? I've been saying to you this whole time. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes they need to hear it from someone else. They're saying kind of like tarot readings because it's guidance, but I'm like, I know like personally for especially the handful I've been reading for years, it's like you already know what I'm going to say. You already knew these answers. I'm like, I don't even know why you're getting your reading, but it's just like, even myself, it's good to hear it. Like Amberland Tarot, I was going to pay someone to get a reading. I've been like, 2 times I paid for like phenomenally for a reading. I'm like, oh, this is going to be really good. This is going to be juicy. This is going to be such an experience. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what a waste of time. What a waste of money. You know what I mean? And she's like, don't get the reading. I was like, oh, okay, girl. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, me and her, like, I know it's like, she can't just read for me. I could pay for her for a reading because I definitely would. But it's just like, where it's just like, listen, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm here for a reason to tell you information. It's just like so on point. But this is what I'm saying, like it's leading to the sun. This situation is wrapping up. You know what I mean? These disruptions, these you know what I mean? Like I don't feel like it's thankfully it's not to that point. But even myself, I find myself like it's trying to like push me into, because I'm used to like busy. So when it's quiet, I'm like, oh my gosh. So now I got to find, which I know what I'm going to do, my time with other things. So with myself, it was like, I'm used to the hustle and bustle of everything. And then that's why I was like, you need to fill your life with things. So you don't have time, like you're so exhausted, you don't have time to think of these things. So now that it's like quieted down, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, let's put our energy. And I'm like, no, I'm not putting stop it as soon as it starts. I am not putting my energy into that situation. That situation doesn't serve me. It's no good. It's a waste of energy. I am not doing that to myself. I am not exhausting myself. You are choosing yourself. By you switching your thought pattern, and trust me, I know it's not as simple as turning off a light switch. It takes work, it takes dedication, it takes strength, inner strength. This is where you're showing self love. Remember, they were saying show yourself more self love. We were talking about doing things like, because maybe you're like that visual aesthetic. So, like, even my nails being, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like what I usually do, but I'm like, I know that I'm not digging in the dirt right now, so it's okay to do. And it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like those little things that just do something to your brain. Also, though, is sitting there and fighting for yourself. When negative situations pop in your head, or negative energies or people that affect you in the incorrect way, like I even said to someone, I'm like, if I am affecting you in a negative manner that's contributing to this situation, let me know, because I will correct my behavior. You know what I mean? That's what Deborah Silverman tells us. Stop looking on the outside world where everybody else is the problem. And it's like, you got to turn that energy in. And I'm like, well, clearly there's something that's affecting you. If it's me, I will correct my behavior, because I love the friggin' poop out of you. And I'm like, I want better for you. You know what I mean? I want to be a part of your story that helped you get to build those building blocks to get you to where you need to be. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to be beneficial, not a hindrance. You know what I mean? But I love the fact that it's like things are wrapping up. Snakes may be very appealing to you. Like, I know my girlfriend is definitely has lizard babies, and like I'm in awe of her. Like, I would scream or something. But she's got like geckos and snakes and lizards, and like she got a zoo. You know what I mean? I love her heart. And it's just like, oh my God, I love her. She's like the snake charmer. You know what I mean? Just amazing energy. But this is where they're saying these things that have been causing disruptions, they're saying even turbulence. But the thing is, like, think about those things. Disruptions and turbulence end. You know what I mean? It's a temporary situation. So that's what you got to remind yourself. It's a temporary situation. You're trying to find these elaborate like reasons or elaborate answers. And it's like, it's simple things. The simplest things is what the answer is. They're saying stop involving outside people, because that's not the answer. You're the answer. You know what I mean? It's like we all think that we don't have it within us, and it's like we have to listen. When they give us the answer, listen. You know what I mean? So they're showing preventing a tower moment. So, like, look at that. The first card, lightning, and the second, like, almost done the deck, the reading, lightning. I feel like, you know what I mean? Lightning strikes. I feel like in a positive way, but I feel like this is more like it's the 8 of Wands, which means something coming out of the blue, you know what I mean? 3 weeks time, or love, Cupid or something like that. But for me, I definitely felt like 9 of Wands. So I'm going to go with what my energy is going towards. So if you want to take that as the 8 of Wands, I feel like if it's the 8 of Wands, it's an upright position. If you are drawn to, that's what I'm drawn to. When I look at it, I'm like, this should be in the upright position. And I'm not the type of person that sugarcoats things. But for me, this was like feeling like the 9 of Wands, feeling like you can't move left or right or anything. Like you feel like you're all tied up, like the energy oracle card. Sometimes we make, and this is why I'm saying change your thought process. We make self-imposed prisons where it's just like, for me, I feel anxious about a certain situation or other situations. And I feel like it's like trying to play on my insecurities. And that's when they strike you. That's why I always bring up the Passion of the Christ, where you see the adversary going side by side. It's like, you are in your worst situation possible. I'm going to make it worse. You feel vulnerable. I'm going to make it worse, because they don't want you to succeed. They don't want you. They don't want this kind of stuff in the world. They want it all chaos and doom and gloom and destroy each other. That's what's wrong with this place. We're always worried. We're always trying to destroy each other. If we all would live in peace and love one another, you don't like someone, fine. You don't have to have them in your daily life. Just go in your house and live your life and be as happy as possible. You don't stop involving yourself in outside things that have nothing to do with you. So this is where they're saying, like, the World card, avoiding a tower moment. I feel like yin and yang. I feel like balance. Like, maybe there's something justice with legal things. Like, you are going to be victorious in this situation. Maybe there's, some like things that are like, I feel like hurdles. You know what I mean? Stop trying to put labels on things that are worse. Like, listen to what they're saying, because this is what's going to play on your anxieties, especially if you're like myself. But there's other factors in this as well, where you're emotional, and it's like they're trying to play on those emotions. So be careful of that. Make sure if you are a healer that you're protecting yourself when you're done. Not to say that those people are like that, but I definitely had someone be like, "Oh, did my little demon attach itself to you?" I was like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean? They knew that happened. That's why they were reaching out. But, this is where it's like balancing the scales. Balance is coming back. Even though it's been, like they said, like earthquakes, little, like they're saying turbulence. You know what I mean? It's just rocking a bit. This is nothing major. This is why they're saying you will be victorious in this. This is a lesson to teach you, even in storms, to still find happiness in your life. I was going to end it on these two cards, but then they just kept on giving. So, this is why the videos are longer. But Ten of Pentacles, unconditional love. My dad always comes through and I'm like, please protect us. I know he does. Like, I don't even have to say this to him, but you know what I mean? I'm like calling him in, like, come and help us in this situation. You know what I mean? I'm in a vulnerable situation. They're in a vulnerable situation. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, whatever I can do to change this situation for the better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I don't want that happening to anyone. You know what I mean? I will be there for you as long as you need me. I always say that to people when I do readings with them. Oh, I feel like we could be friends. I'm here as long as you want me to. You know what I mean? But it's just like, don't be abusive about it. But you know what I mean? I'm here as long as someone wants me in their life. You don't want me in your life? That's not a problem. We were meant for a season and a reason. But unconditional love in all shapes, forms, and beyond what you even could even imagine. If you could see how many people love and support you or are in your corner, you would never feel this way ever again. Ten of Cups, happy home, happy life, balance. You know what I mean? This happy fur babies, unconditional love. This is an absolute yes, things are going to change around. As I'm saying that, I'm hearing a train horn. You know what I mean? This is why they're saying, let us fill your cup in all shapes, forms, this way, that way, grounding your chakras. You know what I mean? Get your chakras in alignment. Remember we were talking about that earlier in the week or late last week? They were talking about, find things that ground yourself. They were showing Mother Earth, get out there, breathe the fresh air. Do it. You know what I mean? For us, it's been very, like, even today, it's cool, like the temperature, but it's very humid. You know what I mean? You go out there and you could just feel it on your skin. It's just very heavy and thick. It's just like, ugh. We enjoyed it as much as we could, and I'm just like, ugh, I need to go inside. You know what I mean? It's just do the best you can. That's all you can do right now. You know what I mean? Do not let this take you down. They're showing the star. After a difficult situation, rest and rejuvenation. The multiple blessings. This is what I mean. Just because we can't hear, we hear knockings, and sometimes it's like, you kind of doubt yourself because you're like, oh, am I so delusional that, that I've made myself believe something that's not going to happen? That's what they want. They don't want you to believe. They don't want you to trust. They don't want you to put your best foot forward. They want you to be different. They want to knock you off your horse. They're showing the Six of Wands. You are the victor wearing the wreath. They want to knock you off your high horse. And you're not arrogant. They're showing like pulling off your foot. Remember earlier in the week they were saying like in the driver's seat and they're jerking the wheel, 1818. Someone's jerking the wheel to the right, or maybe that wasn't a personal reading. I don't know if I shared that with you guys. But it's like someone's pulling the wheel. That's very dangerous. And that's what I'm saying. Someone sees what you're capable of and where you're heading more than you can because you're like, you're in that tunnel vision right now. And they're trying to jerk the wheel to take you off your path. You watch who you hang yourself around. You watch who you pour your energies into. So even if it was in my mind's eye, I will take this as an absolute yes, you will be victorious in this situation. You know what I mean? Like they're saying new portal, new time era. I feel like it's, they're showing like right now we're in the full moon. So by August 12th, and it's a solar eclipse, I believe. If I'm saying that incorrect, maybe it's a lunar eclipse. I don't know there's an eclipse. Some sort of phenomenon going on that time. And that's why I'm saying it's like sucking up it's like a vacuum. Like I could that's what I can hear. You know what I mean? You see those healers that make those noises when they're doing that, and they do that. They're taking it out, and then they what's her name? Sheena. She's not. It's different from Reiki. She's a Nordic healer, and she makes those noises. This is where it really resonates, and it's like taking that out. So if you are practicing distance healing in these situations, it's working. Keep doing it. It's, you know what I mean? But also keep your ears open where they're giving positive confirmation of, yes, this is working in the way that you want. but you are the victor wearing the wreath. Take control, grab the reins in this situation and guide it forward. They're showing plowing forward, and that's exactly what they're saying. You push forward through this and you think you're going to get a lot of resistance, and you're not. It just crumbles. It's an illusion. You know what I mean? They're trying to play with your mental state because they know you're vulnerable, so they're trying to attack your mental state, and don't allow them. I feel like with the red corners, I feel like root chakra. So doing things that ground ourselves, and they're very Gaia, Mother Earth is coming through. To go outside, it's not the best, but we're coming into our season. You know what I mean? When it gets like really, really hot like this, like I break out in heat rashes. Like I'm not a fan of the hot temperatures. I used to, I'll move here. No. Mm-mm. Like, nope, that ain't happening. It's not for me. You know, my body does not like it. I'm not a overly hot climate. Nope. As much as I don't like shoveling in the cold temperatures, it's better than this. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I was saying last winter, I'm not complaining. This is better than, the hot and you can't sleep properly or anything like that. So I'll take it over this nonsense. But, it's like you got to be grateful for the seasons. Do the best you can, but you will be victorious in this. I guarantee you will be victorious. Keep putting your energy into positive situations. Watch where your thoughts are going. And so 21 is popping up as well. I think 18 was the other one. Keep putting your energies into positive situations. Stop those negative thoughts. You find yourself thinking about a situation and feeding into it, stop it. It's just like a fire. You're breathing oxygen into it, and what's it going to do? It's going to fan the flames. And it's going to get overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like they said, this is an illusion. What they're trying to, this bill of goods they're trying to sell you is an illusion. No. August 12th, 15th, this energy is going to definitely shift. They were talking about how retrograde was going to make it lighter because it's shifted. You know what I mean? But we have to, as that shifts, we have to shift. I don't want to feed into the situation. I don't want this to actually, like, speaking truth into it. Stop it. I tell myself that all the time. Nope. Because I feel anxious, that's why they're bringing that up. They know what my insecurities are. It's like those movies, right? They play on your deepest insecurities, or even like, what was it? Fear Factor. What are your deepest fears? And they would heighten those fears. You know what I mean? So that's what they're trying to do. Heighten those fears, exacerbate the situation, make you feel worse than it is, and it probably doesn't even exist. It's an illusion. It's going to crumble in a good way. The things that are causing you anxieties are illusions. They're crumbling beneath your feet because you're stronger than that. So I hope you enjoyed this quick card pull. May the universe bless you good.